Hey guys, this month's theme of when you need more than luck in real estate, I wanted to go ahead and take a second to talk to the buyers that are out there in this market. I've heard that a lot of people are not even getting in the game of real estate because they've heard the horror stories of how homes come on and off the market so quickly, or people are having to pay $10,000 over what the asking price is. Or maybe you're the buyer that's been in the market for a while and you keep losing out. You find the home online and by the time you get to see it, it's already under contract. So what we're going to talk about is how, if you find yourself in that situation of a highest and best offer, how to make sure that you're the one that actually wins this time. So in order to really talk about that best, what we're going to talk about is what is a highest and best offer, how can we plan, how can we prepare, and then how can we make sure we take advantage of those opportunities. So in order to do that, let's back up a little bit. I want to educate you on exactly how we even ended up in this situation. In a buyer's market, what it is you have not as many available buyers as you do homes. So maybe there's not as many people that can pre-qualify for homes or things of that sort. In a seller's market, it's actually in the reverse. So what happens is you have a lot of available buyers, but there's not as much inventory or homes on the market. Eventually, new construction and pre-existing homes do hit the market, and it does correct itself a little bit, but we're not really sure when that's going to be. So what I want to do is talk about how do we make sure you get your dream home. Well, let's start in the very beginning. Let's make sure you put your very best foot forward in the very beginning. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and put your best offer, whether it be price and terms of the contract, from the very beginning. And then also it allows you not to have so much inconvenience of multiple offers, and then also gets you closed in the time that you need it to do so. Let's say, unfortunately, that doesn't happen for you. Your agent happens to call and say, guess what? We're in highest and best. Well, what exactly does that mean? That basically means that the sellers have received more than one offer within a certain period of time. So what you'll need to do at that point in time is you'll need to put your best price and best contract forward by a certain deadline. But remember, there are 47 different things to negotiate on a sales contract in just the 1 to 4 family. That's not including any of the addendums and things of that sort. There's a lot of things to review that are other than just price. When you're in a multiple offer situation, remember that the sellers don't always take the best price. It has a lot to do with contract terms or really just feelings. At the end of the day, just as we should purchase our home because it's one of the biggest financial decisions that we make, a lot of the times it's emotional. Well, sellers do the same thing too. So you'll want to make sure that go ahead and provide your pre-qualification letter or your pre-approval letter is even stronger. Also make sure that your lender might reach out to the listing agent to let them know not only are you a strong buyer, but also the fact that the lender's really easy to work with. And then last but not least, I always recommend a personal letter. Tell the sellers why you love the house. Tell them what they've done and what you like about it, how you intend to live in the house and love it just as much as they have. Alrighty, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of it all. Let's get into the planning phase. In the very beginning, I would suggest that you go ahead and figure out what your buying power is before you even start looking at homes. Go ahead and meet with your lender, find out what you're pre-qualified for, and find out if that's a payment that you're comfortable in. You need to know your market. Whether you're looking in town or out of town, that's a difference in taxes and can make a big difference in your monthly payment. You'll want to make sure you communicate with your lender and your buyer's agent of exactly what price point you're comfortable in, and make sure you're not looking at homes outside of that price point until you've advised them to do so. Because it's even worse to fall in love with a house but really not be able to afford it. And then last but not least, make sure that you have all of your initial paperwork done in the very beginning. Go ahead and get all of your disclosures filled out with your lender. Go ahead and do your buyer's packets and things of that sort. That way, as soon as you find the house that you love, all you have to do is write the offer. And then there's preparation. Once you find a home that you love, you'll want to make sure you go take a look at it. Go ahead and have your buyer's agent collect all of the backup documentation and make sure that they go ahead and run a comparative market analysis. The reason that we do this is as follows. You want to make sure that you review all of your paperwork and all the backup paperwork, because it's the survey, it is the seller's disclosure, it is if you happen to have HOA documents. It's things like that that make a big difference. You'll want to make sure you review the CMA or comparative market analysis. In this situation, what it'll do is it'll show you homes that are in the market or that have sold in this market and exactly what those price points are to make sure that this home that you're looking for is also going to appraise. And then of course, just as I said earlier, dress for success. Put your best foot forward on that initial contract. And then last but not least, don't forget those seller's letters. I've had numerous sellers choose a contract strictly off of those type of things. And then take advantage of the opportunity. Go ahead and have your buyer's agent reach out to the listing agent and see if there's specific things that that seller may be looking for. Do they need a 2-week lease back? Do they need a 90-day close because the new construction home they're buying isn't quite ready yet? All of those sort of things can make a big difference to make sure you are the one that wins this home. Other things to consider is negotiation. Maybe look at shortening your option period. Maybe look at paying your title policy. I always recommend a home warranty, but maybe that should be something that you can pay. Look, new home construction hasn't been paying for title policy for years. It's getting to the point where pre-existing isn't either. So, since we can't control the competition, we can't control what houses come on and off the market or what even they come on the market for, let's focus on what we can control. Make sure you put your best foot forward on the contract. Make sure that you have your lender reach out, and then don't forget that letter to the sellers. Alrighty guys, since 90% of all buyers start online to find their home, just wanted to give you the opportunity that if you were looking for me, exactly where you could find me. So you'll find behind me, you will find that those are where my websites are. And then also for my social butterflies, you can find me on most of these places too. I have a Facebook business page, and actually on my Instagram, which is Kilpatrick Agent, I actually post a lot of my walkthroughs of my listings, or I have a wishful thinking Wednesday of some really cool listings that are in the area. So you can find us there too. Alrighty, since 60% of most agents spend their day cultivating new business, and then the rest of the time actually taking care of the customers that they have. I do my business just a little bit different. I spend 60% of my time taking care of my current customers and doing things just like this so that I can educate and serve those that are around me. So the best way that I can do this is by you guys helping me out. If you find this video helpful, go ahead and share it with somebody that you think it may be helpful to also. And if you happen to know of anybody that's looking to buy or sell, I'd absolutely love to be your real estate resource. So guys, I hope you found this video incredibly helpful. I hope it allows you to win in your highest and best, and you're able to move into your dream home. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.